Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. Happy Saturday morning for those that are in the United States or in another part of the world, Europe or in Asia. Good afternoon or good night, depending on where you are, I guess. If you just happen to land here too, drop a like. Hook a brother up if you could. And new subscribers, I do appreciate you too. And I have a low amount of subscribers because I'm going against the grain and interest rates are being hiked right now in the economy. We know the story. So therefore, the train of thought throughout most of the media and most of the people that assets just can't go up when they're raising interest rates. It's just not possible, Greg. I mean, you must be lying to yourself to think that something is going to be able to go up in this macro environment. Maybe so. But let's take a look and walk down history when Paul Volcker decided to blast up interest rates all the way up to what? 20%. Imagine that. 20% federal funds rate. Now here, I can take a look. You see, this is the S&P 500. I'm going to be going over Solana. So stay tuned. I think I got Solana all figured out. You see this right here? 1977, 4%, 4%, all the way up to what? Boom, all the way up to 20. That's actually, what did I say? That actually says 20%, 4% to 20%. What did the S&P 500 decide to do? I put the dates right here, started right there. It went up a little bit, did come back down and went up a little bit. So it is possible, guys, for assets to go up. You know, they don't just have to continue to go down. I think it's a fool's errand to just think that things are going to continue to go down, because interest rates are going to go up. There's going to be another wave up. There will be another wave up, okay? Contrary to popular opinion. And I'm starting to think, too, that the cryptocurrency market is going to be the one that's going to probably start making its moves first. Explained that in a previous video also, too. Cryptocurrency market was first to dump. Then it was the S&P 500. Now it's a housing market. And guess what? Probably will happen in reverse too. Cryptocurrency first to make its move. Then it'll be the other traditional financial markets possibly. And then on to the housing, which will be months down the road. The housing section will take months, and maybe even longer than that. So we're over here to Solana, guys. And I've been taking a look at this, made some previous videos on Solana. And I said, I'm not too sure what's going on with Solana. These waves, makes nice waves. But the waves were playing a trick. The waves were playing a trick, on my opinion. I think I found Solana's little trick they was doing because Solana's little correction over here, it wasn't going very deep. So I had some concern. I had some big concern for Solana. Like, what's going on with this? But I'll be letting you know. If Solana comes down into these areas, I've been picking up some Solana. Just picked up some more Solana at $30. I was picking some up below 30. I was kind of hoping to get down there. If it's going to go down there and touch that 25, I think it went to 28 or 28.5 or something like that. I was like, you know what? Nah, let me go grab a little bit more. Why do I like Solana? I'll tell you why I like Solana, guys. One is it has a good looking chart. I mean, look at that. That's up and to the right, guys. I mean, there's no denying that. I mean, Solana is going up and to the right. Can things happen? It could. But hear me out. Reason I like Solana, it has pretty low inflation rate. 8%, 10%, which is pretty good. I do like that. That's a plus for Solana. It has more users on it. There's no denying that, guys. Now, when it comes to chains, if I was to pick a chain just based on use, I like Phantom. I like Phantom chain more than I like Solana chain. But the facts is that Solana has a lot more users hanging out over there than they do on Phantom. And I think that's the future of cryptocurrencies. Where is everybody going to be hanging out? Kind of like the internet. They're talking about Web3, things like that. And what did Google always say? Where are people hanging out? That was kind of like their business. They wanted to where people were hanging out, like on YouTube in the search. What were they trying to search for? You know, everything was about the user, even though that's kind of not really correlated per se, but it's kind of the same path that I'm looking at. Where the user is going to be hanging out. And right now they're hanging out on Solana more than they're hanging on Phantom. Now, the thing, do I think there's more X's with Phantom? I do, but I think Phantom's going to have a slower start to get out of the gate, probably after Solana, just because of that reason. Now, the other reason too that I like Solana is because, well, look who's behind it, guys. You know, the richest billionaire, I think he is, under the age of 30, Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, come on, that's undeniable. The guy really doesn't like to lose. He's picking winners, you know. I'm sure there's some losers in there, but for the most part, I don't think he plans on losing. So I'm going to stay on the winning side on that thing. You know, that's like pretty common sense right there. And also the chart, and then also the price appreciation. At the end of the day, people talk about fundamentals. They talk about, you know, oh, the chain can do this, the chain can do that. I mean, people want to stop lying to themselves. We're not in it for that, really. We're in it for the price appreciation. So good fundamentals, the train of thought is good fundamentals is that higher price appreciation, right? Right? That's why people are checking fundamentals, is because they think, okay, the price is going to appreciate. It's going to go up and to the right. Simple. Right? At the end of the day, we want to know if Solana is going to go from $27 back up to 314. That's why we're here. So I think that it is. I think that it is. Based on the chart, fundamentals are a plus. There's some crappy assets that can go up too. So, all right. So here it's a Solana in this parallel channel that I have. Okay. Now, I said I was confused with this asset, and I was like, what is Solana doing? I put it together. I got to study it a little bit more because I study charts and I look at them and I go investigate some things to try to figure out, because I'm going to plop some money into this asset and I plan on making money with the asset. So I'm pretty thorough with my asset checking on the things. Have I made mistakes? Of course, there's mistakes there. Any guy who's a trader, swing trader, or investor, they tell you they've never made any mistakes. You know, that's a lie right there, guys. That does happen. That's part of investing, and that's part of the game. It's a like Invest Answers like to say it's a blood sport, and it is a blood sport. So here's the deal with Solana. I was looking at this, and you know, the train of thought is this: is Solana went 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this up here 4, 5 pushed off this 5. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think what Solana did is this whole section right here. This section right here is a third wave. Okay, so you take your channels. I'll let you guys know. You take your channels. Channels do work, especially in what's called WXY waves and in impulse waves. So you find the top of your first wave target, you put it to the second wave. Like in this case, if you find your fourth wave target, you can go to the top of the third wave, the top of the first wave, and you can get a fifth wave target, okay? And you can do that with WXY waves on the way down. They hit channels. They go to the bottom of the channel, they go to the top of the channel, bottom of the channel, top of the channel. They do it up. They go top of the channel, bottom of the channel, top of the channel, bottom of the channel, or the middle of the channel, as an example. I'm telling you, if you don't believe in channels, just go ahead and do an experiment with yourself. You'll see. And find, if you can find the problem, the issue is finding the actual channel itself. In the 5-wave structure, it's pretty easy. And once you get more data for it, it's kind of easy to find some of those channels. So they do work. They do work. You can go check that all yourself, and you'll realize it after a while if you're playing with the channels. So I was trying to figure this out. I think that this is the whole third wave with Solana. And the reason that I say that is that the lack of depth of this correction. Okay, so normally, where do its lack of depth is only 0.382. So if I'm going to do a logarithmic fib retrace on this whole leg, you can see that it's not even at 0.382. But if I go to the bottom of this wave, take out the wick more or less, or put in the wick, and I do a little check at the bottom of that wave, where's it sitting at? Right at 0.382, right? That's on logarithmic. And 0.382 is a very common area, probably the most popular for a bullish asset to be in what? A fourth wave. So, and where also the fourth waves like to correct to? Previous fourth wave. So the fourth wave over here goes to previous fourth wave. Now you're going to have some bears out there. It's going to tell you, oh, your head and shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. Okay. That's typical on waves like that. That's where you get the head and shoulder. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You have a 5-wave, right? And then you can have, here's your head and shoulder. I'm going to show you guys this about the head and shoulder. Bam, bam, bomb, right? You can have an ABC just like that. And then you can have your classical Elliott wave traders kind of go, oh my gosh, look at that. You got your head, you got your shoulder, you got your head, you got your shoulder, but it's in an ABC. So it's over here. They could ride that ABC down, but then it could be finishing a correction going back up. Okay. So you can see where, you know, it's got to be at the end of the cycle up there for something like that. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You want to know the wave sequence just in case, because it might be coming down to do a correction to go back up. Now, This other fourth wave, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. All right. Okay, you see that? Now, if I consider this the third wave, which there's a really good shot that it did, I think this was a blast off extended first wave of the third wave back down here for a second wave correction in this area. This was a third, fourth, and this is a fifth. So you got a 5-wave move there. The third wave is not the shortest wave. Okay. Now you pull a fib retracement from this bottom to this bottom, lands right on 0.382, right in fourth wave territory where they like to correct back to. Top of wave 1, the bottom of wave 2 down here. Let me get that a little bit area, a little bit better. Bottom of wave 2. That was probably a throw under. Let me go back up again. It's probably a throw under down here. So up top of wave 1, bottom of wave 2 with the throw under, blasting back up, and then over here. Okay. So now somebody's going to ask the question like, Greg, your parallel channel looks awfully goofy. It looks awfully goofy. Well, let's go back and check and see what third wave extensions look like on a parallel channel right here. You see this impulse wave with extended third wave. And what do they like to do? You see that right there? Check this out. You know, wave 1 back down to wave 2, extended third wave goes way outside the channel. And that's what gives you this massive fourth wave. It makes it way bigger than the second wave right here. You got an example right there and right there. And then here's your fifth wave target. Boom, just like so. Okay. So in my opinion, more than likely, that's what happened with Solana. And this is a fourth wave correction, contrary to popular belief, and it's not a second wave. And Solana is going to go all the way back up into these areas, maybe top of that channel or top right here, middle of the channel or the top of the channel, potentially for Solana. Okay. So now we're in this area, and I want to do a little bit deeper dive what's going on with the asset itself right there. So I'm going to go down into a 12-hour chart, take a look at that. Here it is on the channel. And Solana's been a tricky one. But like I said, this area, like what did it go down to? 26. These areas, I've been picking up some Solana. This area 30, and if it comes back down to here 30. So with Solana right now, the line in the sand you want to keep your eye on, this is $28, $29, $30 area to see if this breaks this. Okay. So I'll go over the bearish situation. If you're bearish, this came up, it's doing a correction, and it's a 5-wave down, back up like this for a second wave, and it's doing a 5-wave impulse down. Okay. That would be your bearish scenario. If it breaks this low, you have your answer. You're not going to know until this Solana is 100%. You're not going to have your answer 100% until it breaks that $26 low. If it breaks that, then you will know that none of this was bullish at all. It was bearish. Okay. I don't think so. I don't think so. Here's the count for Solana. It went up into this wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This right here is your 3-wave move, your 3-wave move, and back down for a 5. So here's your ABC over here. Okay. A, B, C. You can check the fibs on that, make sure it makes sense. Just to make sure what's the ABC, what's a target like that going to be? 1.618 to 2.618 or thereabouts. So you're generally in that area. Let me take that wick out. Yeah, so close enough. Close enough. 1.618 in that area for that 5-wave swing. Could this 5 go with this 5? It could. I don't think so. So now you have a 5 here, and this swing over here, this 3-wave will cancel out more or less. You can have a 5 by itself over there. Now in this area, it gets a little bit tricky. Because in my opinion, Solana did make an impulse wave. If it is an ABC, remains to be seen, because you have an impulse here, but this right here is a 5-wave. This is a 5-wave. Okay. In my opinion right here, Solana made a flat. You can see in this situation, I'm going to go out here. That was a 7 days it went up on that wave. And it went through a potential correction for another 7 days. That was 7 days. That was it. 7 days to do that correction. Let me double check that. You can see this wave took it 1 day. Excuse me. That was 1 day. 2 days. Just a little bit under 2 days for that wave, and then this 7 days for that correction. In my opinion, this was a flat. This was a flat is what Solana did right here. 3, 3, 5. That's your flat. And then it went up on these 2 waves. Okay. So you want to be careful that this is not an ABC type move, but you can see what did it do? It did a perfect 1.618 and 2.27 wave move. That's like perfect, guys. That's like perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. That's perfect. 1.618 to 2.227. That's what you look for at 5 waves. Those are your targets. You take the top of wave 1, you go from the bottom of wave 1 to top of wave 1, correct it all the way back down with your scale at the bottom of wave 2 where it ends. Wave 3, 1.618, back down for a 4 and up for a 5 to 2.27. That's a perfect 5-wave sequence. Okay. Now it came down in this little section right here. Okay. And this could be, take a look at that wave, that could be a corrective move, and then it's off, and it could have finished its correction. So now if that's a sequence, we're going to check the whole wave and see where it corrected to. And you see that 0.786. What's 0.786? Normally, if you have a wave and it goes all the way down to 786, I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's too deep. Look, cryptocurrencies, guys, they correct on their second wave 786, 886, and 90%. 90%. They almost go the whole length of the wave. So in my opinion, Solana is probably bullish. Okay. You want to be careful of this asset going short on this asset right now, guys, in my opinion. Okay. I'm not saying that it's going to be blasting up anytime soon. This is probably the staging area for Solana to get ready to make its move in a few months. It could be months, it could be weeks, who knows? It could be your 1, and then there's your 2. Okay. And that's actually pretty good because this wave 1 is much bigger than this little wave down here. So what could Solana do next, guys? You know, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, it's not doing anything. Maybe it's going to come down here and make even a smaller version. So usually when you see the 1, 2s, 1, 2s, you want to see a big 1, 2 and a smaller 1, 2, and then even a smaller. So they don't get bigger, they get smaller. For those that are new to my channel, when you're looking for these 1, 2s and it's getting ready to do a blast off, it'll be, the first one will be big. Okay. Like this. Here's your 1, 2, like so. And then you will have another one behind it. So let me get a path. So there's a 1, 2. So it's going to do another 1, 2. Okay. But it'll be smaller. They'll get smaller. That's what you want to see. They're not going to get bigger. You want to see another one like that. Okay. Just like that. And it could do actually even another smaller one just in there too. Another 1, 2. But usually there's no more than 3 on the ones that you can see. There's usually no more than 3. Okay. There might be 4, but if there's 4, then it's really getting ready to do a shot. Okay. In my opinion. So what am I saying? I'm saying that I think Solana is getting itself prepared to go bullish here. When that will happen, who knows? You know, it could take a little bit more time for it to get itself ready to get out of there. Like I said, this area I've been picking up some. I've been picking up some down there too. And then the wave target, I'm going to go out here on the weekly chart, show you guys with this target. And the reason why this is wave 1, 2, this is a massive third wave. This is an extended 4th wave that went down from its top to its bottom. Solana went down 90%, 90% in that wave. And then the target, now that I have this parallel channel like this, the top of wave 1, a throw under, throw over, massive throw over on a third wave back over here, and it's getting self set up to go over here, is that if you take a look at my targets now, this line up here that I've had for months, you go check my previous videos. I decided to pull this down and look where it hit. Right there, right on top, right there. 1, 2, 3, extended third wave, back down 4, get itself ready to get over here. And then these are the targets, 282 to 390, and a potential even maybe $470 for Solana. And it probably go up there right beyond the all-time highs. If this is a 5th wave, it'll breach that 3rd wave more than likely of 263. And that's why I have that one of 275, potentially up there at just under $500, potentially. Okay, guys, that's what I'm looking at. You can take a look at the MACD on the weekly too. Just give you guys MACD on the weekly. Give you guys, you know, you do have a bullish cross down there. That is a good signal. It can be a false signal, but like I said, you want to be careful right now with Solana if people are telling you to short this asset. It has done a 90% drop And when assets do a massive drop like that, it's time to look for, in my opinion, longs. Could it go down more? Of course. But Solana is in a good position if you think about it, right? If you go right here and say you're picking it up for, say, $30, there's your stop loss right there at 26. So what are you risking? You're risking right now 14% for a potential move up this way. 14% for a potential move up this way. Could Solana, let's just say Solana decides to go bullish for a little bit, you could ride it up to here. You know, there's 100x right there. If it gets 58, 54, there's a 2x for you right there, guys. So, all right, that's my take on Solana. If you made all the way to 10, sorry, I'm a little bit long-winded on this one with Solana, but it's been a little bit of an issue for me. I said, guys, I needed to investigate Solana a little bit more, made some videos about it. And I willingly admit it. I said, Solana, something's going on with Solana, guys. I really can't quite put my finger on it quite yet, but I think that I have. Made all the way to the end. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.